Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. And for all my new subscribers, and oh my goodness, there's so many of them, I just want to say welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming over to visit and staying. Last Saturday, I did a birthday party video for Susan from the channel Little Poet. And she has so many people that love her that they all came over to visit me and to attend her party. And most of them stayed, so I'm very excited. So if you haven't already seen that video, I'll link it down below. You're not going to want to miss it. We had a great party for her. But anyway, today is episode 3 of my series, The Best of the Bundts. That's right, and I'm so happy that so many of you are enjoying it. Well, let me see. Week 1, we did the chocolate and peanut butter bundt cake. And last week, episode 2, was the Black Forest cherry bundt cake. That was delicious. Well, today I'm doing something special for you. You see I have polka dots on? I guess you figured it out by now. I'm doing a polka dot surprise bundt cake. And this cake has 2 hacks in it. And one of the hacks you will not believe. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Because if you make this cake, your family will think you are a superhero. And if you bring it to a party or serve it to guests, their eyes are going to be wide open and they're going to say, how on earth did you do that? So stay tuned. I think we're going to get started. So let's get started. All right. The first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And I have mine preheating now, so you're probably going to hear a little beep. Now, this is a bundt cake series, so you're going to need a bundt pan. And you can use any kind of bundt pan you want. I have several that I've collected over the years, but this one is going to be what I call the basic one that I have used. So I use Baker's Joy. You want to make sure that you spray and flour your bundt pan very well, because let me try and get this right this time. They have a lot of nooks and crannies, and you don't want your cake to stick. So it's better to over spray it than under spray it. Make sure you spray the middle part, because all the bundt cakes have the hole in the middle. If you want to know a little bit more about bundt cakes, let me get this done, you can go back and check out the first bundt cake episode, because I talked a little bit about bundt cakes there. But a bundt cake is very moist. It's sort of like a pound cake, but not exactly. It makes a beautiful presentation on the table because of the pan you're using. And what's great about it is if you want to drizzle it with glaze or whatever, you can, but you don't have to. You can leave it plain or just sprinkle confectioner's sugar on it. And that's all there is to it. So, what do we need first? Our first hack here is a classic white cake mix, not yellow. Make sure you use the white cake mix. And I'm going to put this in my mixer, and you are going to follow the directions right on the box on how to make this cake. So in goes your electric mixer. You can either use a hand one or a stand one, whatever you prefer. And according to the directions on the box, we're going to use 3 eggs. We're going to use 1 cup of water. And we're going to use a half a cup of vegetable oil. And of course, the Diva spilled some of it. I wouldn't be the Diva if I didn't do that. So let me clean this up. Okay. Now I'm going to raise my bowl, and I'm going to mix this until I get it all combined. And then I will be back, because I'll do it off camera, and I'll show you what we're doing next. So you got to stay tuned. Okay, I have my batter all mixed. Now, this hack you will not believe. I love making cake pops. They're one of my favorite things to make. But I don't make my cake pops just with cake mix. Nah, that's not real cake pops. I make them a special way. So the hack part of this video is going to be very similar to the way I make my cake pops. So we'll get started on that now. First of all, you need a nice sized bowl. I have this here. Now, hack alert, you need to get yourself a store-made pound cake. That's right, just a plain store-made pound cake. I bet you're liking this hack alert already now, right? Now I am going to take the paper off my pound cake and I am going to break it up and put it in this, smells good, bowl. Just like that, in all little pieces. Easy enough so far, right? You are gonna love this cake, trust me. And I love polka dots, so this is a good one for me. I have crumbled up, can you see that? All of the pound cake in here. Now, I am gonna take a store-bought can of vanilla icing. You don't want to get the whipped one. This is just the rich and creamy vanilla icing. So I am going to start out, I'm going to put about a half a can of that right in here with my crumbled up pound cake. Okay, I'll start off with just that. Now, I washed my hands, they're nice and clean, and God gave us hands for a reason, to use them. You want to put gloves on, you can do that too. I'm going to put my hands in that bowl, and I'm going to squish together all of the crumbled up pound cake with the icing until it all starts to form, and I can make balls out of it. So, here I go. Just like you were making a meatloaf. I don't know about you, but I don't put rubber gloves on or latex gloves when I'm making a meatloaf. So, like I said, that is really up to you. And you gotta keep squishing and squishing hard till all of this starts to get moist and it all sticks together. You're gonna have messy hands, but that's okay. That's what water's for. So let me keep doing this. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that icing is gonna be enough, but I wanna wait till I'm done. Woo! Just to make sure. Okay. Now you see what I'm talking about? Look, you see how all of that is starting to stick together? Like I could form something out of that. That's what you want. So let me keep mixing this for another minute. Woo! Look at that. And then I'll be back. It's like adult playtime. I'll be back to show you what we do next. Okay, I'm back. So, as you can see, I squished this all together, like into a ball, and I washed my hands. So here comes, besides the pound cake, it's another little hack, but I picked in the Dollar Tree. I don't know. I mean, you can use anything you want. You can use little bowls. You don't have to use these. And I'm going to use probably 5 or 6 of these, maybe 6. So what I'm going to do is, I have some here of the gel food color, the magenta, the turquoise, the orange, and the purple. So I'm going to use 4 of them, I think. So I'm going to take 4 of these, right like this. Hopefully you can see this. I'm working solo today. And I'm going to take some of this yummy pound cake mixture, just like this. And I'm going to divide it into, see what I'm doing? Into each of these little containers. Look at that. Yep. You don't have to be precise, just a nice amount. Just divide it up. Okay. Let me move this bowl out of the way. So as you can see here, I have 4 either containers or bowls, whatever you want to use, whatever you have, and I put the mixture in them. Now, what I want to do is I want to tint this mixture. So I'm going to take my gel food coloring, and let me start out with the turquoise. Now, we're going to put a drop of this gel food coloring in here. We're going to mix it because we want that pound cake mixture to be blue. Now, we're going to have to start mixing it. You can try it out with a spoon. You can put gloves on, or you can do it with your hands and wash your hands. It's up to you. You could put them in a little mini food processor if you want, but then you would have to keep washing it and coming back each time you change your color. So whatever works for you. So I'm going to start out with just one drop of this in here. Oh, I think I got 2 drops in, but that's okay. I'm going to just take my spoon first and just try to get it in there a little bit. See what I'm doing? Okay. Trust me, this is not complicated. Don't think, oh gosh, she's doing all this, it's going to be too hard for me to do. No. Very, very simple. All right. So I'm going to use my hands. I don't care. The gel coloring will come off. See that? Start kneading it like it's Play-Doh or putty, because you want to get it all blue. Now, if you don't want to do it with your hands, like I say, I have one of those little blenders, like personal blenders. You can put them in there and mix it. Whatever works for you. But I want to get it blue. And if I need to put in a little bit more of the coloring, I will. So I'm going to keep kneading this until it gets blue. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to come back, well, off camera, I'm going to make this one pink. I'm going to make this one purple. And what's the other color? And this one orange. So as soon as I get all the balls, the color I want them, I'll come back and I'll show you what we do next. You will not believe how easy this is. So stay tuned. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I'm back. As you can see here in front of me, I now have 4 balls, just like this, of the, how do I say, pulverized pound cake. This was so easy to do. I don't want you to look at this and think, oh, that's a lot of work. It is not. I started out with a drop of the food coloring. I probably added about 3 more because it's the gel coloring. And I just started kneading it. I did it with my hands. All the colors washed off beautifully, except I do have some red on here. And later on, when I wash it with some soap and water, it'll come right out. What I did is I pretended like I was playing with silly putty or Play-Doh. I put it down on the island and I started kneading it with my hands and just working it until I got it the color I want. Now, they're not going to be super bright colors because you're putting them on pound cake, which was a yellow color. But you need to use pound cake for this recipe. Do not use a regular cake mix for this part of it. It will not work. And then your cake won't even taste like a bundt cake. It'll taste like a regular cake. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to take each one of these balls. I'm going to pinch something off it, a small amount, and I'm going to roll it into a ball, just like this. You want to make about 6 or 7 of each of these colors. Not too small, not too big. Just a nice size. Just like that. So you can take each ball and you're going to do what I'm doing now. You'll probably get about maybe 6 or 7 out of each color. So let me do all of this off camera because I don't want to keep you too long. But see how easy this is to do? And then I'll be back. Okay. So I made all of the balls out of the pound cake mixture. And just so you know, if you want to eat these, look, you can eat them. They're already baked. It's already pound cake and icing. So nibble on a few if you want to. All right, so what do we do next? You take your pan that's been thoroughly greased and floured. I'm going to move my little balls over to the side here. All righty. Find out the easiest way to do this. All right, you're going to take your bundt pan, and in the bottom of the bundt pan, you're going to put a little bit of the cake batter. So I'm just going to put a little bit in the bottom, just to cover the bottom. You don't put a lot in. Okay. Now I'm going to start placing my balls on the bottom of this pan. I'm going to drop a few of the balls in. Try to mix up the colors a little bit. And just going to put a few in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another layer of, let me see, what should I get here? Oh, a different color, yes. The pink. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put another layer of the cake batter, and then I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to layer it over these balls. Isn't this interesting? Not hard. Not hard at all. There we go. That's it. Okay. And I'm going to layer more of the balls in there. And I know you can't really see what's under the batter, so you don't really, you're not positive what colors you put. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at all. So let me put a green one in. So we're putting a few of those balls in there. And then we're going to put a little bit more of the cake batter. So I'm going to do this till I'm done. Just put that over the balls. Okay. Easy, right? And fun. Now let's put a couple more of these on. Alrighty, let's put one over here. Let's take another green one. Let's throw another purple one in. Let's throw another pink one in. And now another layer of this. Okay. So you get the picture, all right? Now once we get this done, obviously you're going to end with the cake batter on the top. Then you're going to put this pan in your preheated oven for the 350 degrees for the instructions that were on the cake mix box. Then I'm going to take it out. I'm going to sit this on a cooling rack. I'm going to let it cool for probably 15-20 minutes. It's always important that you let your bundt cake cool a little bit before you take it out of the pan so it doesn't break on you. I have actually never had any problem. Okay, I'm back. I baked the cake as per the instructions on the box, and I let it cool in the pan on my cooling rack for about 20 minutes. It did fall right out of the pan, and this is what it looked like. So if you can see it, it's all polka dots. See that? On the top of the cake. So I'm going to do a little taste testing now. Now, I can sprinkle confectioner's sugar on this. Usually I like to sprinkle the confectioner's sugar on right before I'm going to serve it because the cake is moist and then the confectioner's sugar sort of melts on there. There should be some dots in the batter as well. Some of them may have fallen down to the bottom of the cake, which is the top now. So let me take out a piece. I cut a couple of slices. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, there's one now. You can see there's green on the top, but the dots are inside. Anyway, I'm going to do a little taste testing now. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to go down below and subscribe so you don't miss episode 4 of the Best of the Bundts. And most of them I do drizzle icing on and all, but this one, it's more of a pound cake consistency. So I think I'm going to leave it as is. And the little polka dots that are inside here, they're sort of nice and moist and chewy because you saw how we made them in the beginning. So let me give this baby a taste. The cake is crunchy on the outside, very, very moist on the inside. Let me get one of the polka dots here. You see the polka dots? This is green. I'll hold it up for you. There's green inside, and there's purple. Looks like some of them dropped to the bottom, which is now the top. So let me see. When you taste, oh look at this. When you taste one of these polka dots, they taste just like cake pops. Very moist and chewy. So give this little polka dot bundt cake a try. It's very good and very moist, so I think you're going to like it a lot. So I'll put the recipe down below in the description box for you if you want to make it. And I want to thank you all for stopping by to watch this episode. Have a great week. I appreciate each and every one of you. Love you all. And for now, I'm going to eat my cake, and I'll say toodles.